Hello, everyone. This is Tyler, and welcome to P150 Outdoors. Today, I'm just pretty much going to show you some of my favorite outdoor knives. Um, for the last 11 years, roughly, I have had an interest in EDC gear, survival gear, camping gear, and it's just such it's such a fun hobby to either practice the tasks or just the things that goes with those you know those practices, just whatever it may be. And fixed blade knives, it goes hand in hand with those things. And in the midst of all of it, I have just grown to love fixed blade knives. And it's in everyday life, a cutting tool is incredibly useful. Okay, it's very just you never know whenever you could use a cutting tool, and it's a very just useful tool. And when it comes to survival, prepping, camping, your cutting tool is very important. Okay, so anyway, so I'm going to show you some of my favorite cutting tools. Some of these are going to um, be because I have liked some, I've liked some YouTube channels over the years of like following them and liking their their tastes. And it's one of those things where, I mean, I know I'm not alone when it comes to being influenced by other YouTubers and just stuff like that. And well, uh, a lot of my interests has to do with you know what they like. You know, so it's a lot of these here are going to be heavily influenced by what others have enjoyed. And but I'm pretty much making it my own, even though it is heavily influenced by what others like. I see that it's you know it's my likes and my choices anyway. So um, right off the bat, let's start with the Tops Brothers of Bushcraft knife. This is the Fieldcraft, Tops Brothers of Bushcraft Fieldcraft, and this one is in 1095 steel. Okay, they make some that are stainless, which is the 154 cm stainless, and I've got another one. I think it's a brown micarta, or I think that's pretty much what it is, brown micarta. And it's this one is in black G10, I believe. Okay, and just like I said before, this one is heavily influenced. I mean, my goodness, I probably wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't for Chris at Prepared Mind 101. Okay, his his knife choices has heavily influenced me with my likes and dislikes in regards to cutting tools, knives, and stuff like that. Well, this one has heavily influenced me. His likes and dislikes has heavily influenced me, and this one is a result of that. Okay, it's a Tops Brothers of Bushcraft Fieldcraft. A lot of people call it a bob, you know, um, you know, Tops Bob Brothers of Bushcraft, but it's really called Tops Fieldcraft by Brothers of Bushcraft. And this thing is fantastic. Now, it doesn't come this way right out of the box. It comes with a coating. You can probably see some of the coating on the butt of the tang here, but the knife is coated in this or at this area, and this part of the blade is exposed, but this part right here, followed by the rest of the tang on both sides, is is coated. I don't know what type of coating it is, but highly influenced. Since I am highly influenced by the different YouTubers that I like watching, this one is customized to model or to look like um, one of Chris Tanner's tops, field crafts or logs, whatever you want to call it, from his channel, because he just decided to mod it by stripping the coating and gun bluing it. Okay, that's exactly the way this one looks, and that's exactly what I did to it. I just stripped it, and you can, like I said, you can see where a little bit of the coating is right there, and you can see some of the coating is left right there. I didn't want to spend a lot of time stripping it, but I mean it's meant to be a user, you know. Uh, but this one is incredibly, like, I love the configuration of it. It just looks really cool to me, and it's very classic to just the knives that I have uh, just that I have seen as I have become more and more exposed to, you know, different cutting tools as I grow in my knowledge of them, and just it's one of those that's just it's a fantastic belt knife, and it is very just it's more robust. I mean, I can't remember the thickness, but you can see it. Um, it's it, it can definitely, even though it's meant for bushcraft, heavy duty bushcraft, it can serve well as a survival knife. It really can, because 1095 is incredibly tough. It's not the toughest out there, but it's still tough. And I mean, I have split wood, um, you know, more than just kindling. I mean, you can split more than just kindling with this thing, with due to the thickness and all that. But this is an incredible, um, just belt knife in general, because it is pretty thick. And like I said, it's made from 1095 high carbon steel, so it's a fantastic knife, and they do offer a stainless variant in 154 cm, and I do have that one, but I decided to bring this one out because it better represents the reason why I like this knife to begin with, because of Chris Tanner's channel on YouTube, Prepared Mind 101. So, you know, I had to have one in the same configuration in my collection. So I just decided to, you know, make it my own. And well, not really make it my own. It looks just like the way he had it, but I liked it so much I wanted one of my own. So it's yeah. So that's one of my first picks of one of my favorite fixed blade knives. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you is literally, um, you know, another knife that I've come to know and love because of Chris Tanner's um, channel on YouTube, Prepared Mind 101. And this one is the Becker BK7. Now, this one doesn't doesn't have its original sheath. The original sheath is a like a poly. I don't know if that's the right material for it, but it's got like a plastic sleeve on the inside, and it's made out of I think maybe vinyl, but it's some type of canvas material. It's got Velcro on it, and it's got like one snap or something for retention. But anywho, this one has a Yellowhawk Custom Kydex sheath, and specifically a Sear 1 survival system. Okay, this was bought, oh goodness, I can't remember how many years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. Or it was a previous one that had a different pattern on it, and I got kind of tired of the pattern. So I asked him, I texted him, I said, hey, I would like a sheath made that will fit this plate in this pouch. Do you think you can do it? And he said, so just reverse engineer the sheath. And I said, yes, sir, that would be it. And he said, I think I can get it done for you. So he did, and I absolutely love the way this looks. Okay, it's very bomb proof. I've got a 1/2 inch diameter ferro rod riding on here. Now, I have not scraped, or not scraped, I haven't ground a 90-degree spine on this BK7 yet. I would like to, but I just haven't got around to it. So I do need to throw in an extra, or just a ferro rod striker, because in this tin that's in this pouch here, I think I'll just have like maybe a lighter and some pieces of fat wood or anything like that. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's this knife is in 1095 Crovan. I have no idea what the difference is between 1095 Crovan and regular 1095, but it's a very stout knife. Again, I don't really know the exact measurements of the thickness, but this thing is fantastic. It's actually one of my favorites, and I find it interesting that just like I mentioned about the Tops Bob, the Fieldcraft, this one was heavily influenced by Chris Tanner at Prepared Mind 101, and he has gotten numerous sheaths made by Doug at Yellow Hawk Custom Kydex, and it's I tell you, the it's very powerful that when someone has a specific following with their audience, that they they can easily recommend a maker, whether it's a sheath maker, a handle maker, or whatever. It's they can really boost a a maker's business, and that's exactly what he's gotten from me. So it's absolutely love this knife. The handle is very ergonomic, and just the way that it was designed to fill the hand, and just I cannot say anything bad about this. It's a fantastic, almost a one-tool option. It's big enough to where you can chop with it. You can most certainly baton with it, but it's a fantastic knife. So this is once again the Becker BK7. Okay, next one is this is, even though this isn't exactly the first Bravo one that I ever had, it's serving as the example, if you will. Like I said, even though it's not the first one, the first Bravo one, the Bark River Bravo one that I ever had, I ended up, I think, selling. But it was CPM 3V, whereas this one is an A2 tool steel, or just A2 steel. And this one is ramped, and it's fantastic. It's a very hard to use fixed blade knife that it's one of those that's very durable, very reliable, and the fit and finish on Bark Rivers are fantastic. They are hand finished, so every now and then you may get one that has a little bit just down to the 100ths of an inch, off from the center line, all that stuff. But they're all they're all hand finished, So the grinds are made by hand by a guide, um, and so it's really, if you're one of those people that has to have things down to the 1,000th of an inch that's machine made, these are probably not the ones for you. But if you're wanting something that's, you know, fully functional, doesn't matter exactly down to the 1,000th of an inch, whatever what it looks like. If you're looking for a good hard use user knife, then a Bark River is for you. And it's definitely one of those things where I have grown to love Bark River because their warranty alone. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they do have a no questions asked warranty now. It didn't used to be that way, but it is now. Now, don't quote me on that. Check the website. Don't take my word for it. So, but this one is absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favorites, and that's why I included it in this list because you really can't go wrong with just a basic, um, you know, A2 steel Bravo One. You know, I don't know if I mentioned this, but uh, the spine does not come with a 90-degree spine, but I did take it to, a file and some. I think it was like a block or like a piece of sandpaper on a wooden block. So I did try to make a 90-degree spine. It's not that sharp, but it's still, it's sharper than it was. So I may, if I do want to make it a little bit sharper, I may want to, work at it a little bit more. But this one is incredibly fantastic. It's like you can't go wrong if you want just a standard belt knife that is not going to fail you. And even if it does, the warranty is fantastic. And it's just, you really can't go wrong with a Bark River Bravo One or any Bark River for that matter. So that's this one. It's a Bark River Bravo One in A2 steel. Okay, let's see here. What's next? Okay, this next one is going to be more of a budget knife. It's not real budget, but it's definitely made by a company that makes more budget knives. Okay, the the more budget version of this knife can be found for, I think, about $60, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but there's at least three different variants that I remember. It may be four with the different sheaths and everything. And well, this one just so happens to be with the leather sheath. Okay, this one is a Moranif Garberg in carbon steel. Okay, and this one has carbon steel. I have no idea what type of carbon steel it is that Moranif uses, but it also comes in stainless steel. I think that one is 14C 28N Sandvik steel, but don't quote me on that. It is a stainless steel. The other one that I do have that they offer it in, but this one is specifically carbon steel. Okay. Once again, it has a Scandinavian grind, which is very, very very fun to whittle wood when it comes to a Scandinavian grind. The edge is very easy to find, and it's oh my goodness, I don't think there's anything about this knife that I don't like. Okay, it's very useful for processing tinder, scraping, um, tinder, making fluff, into a bird's nest for your tinder bundle, went to catch a spark off of a ferro rod, and it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. The Scandinavian grind just adds to the versatility of this thing and how well it can carve, how well it can feather stick. I mean, it's just one of my favorites, and that's one of the reasons why I am including it in this list. Um, so it's, I mean, you really cannot go wrong whether it's the stainless version or the carbon steel version. You know, like this one. So there's the Moranif Garberg. Okay. The next one I'm going to show you is an Essie Azula. Okay. This one doesn't have its original. Let's wipe it off there. This one does not have its original factory sheath. Okay. Just like the ones in the past, I have gotten custom Kydex sheaths made for them. Okay. And this one is another Kydex sheath that I had made for it. It's, you know, once again, it's made by Doug Wilson at Yellow Hawk Custom Kydex, and it's a very simple sheath. And as you can see with this lanyard on here, um, I have it set up for a neck knife. Okay, this is going to be just small tasks at camp or whenever you're out bushcrafting, or just, I mean, I even use this knife for EDC, even though it's, you know, 1095 steel. So many people prefer something that can hold an edge, um, you know, longer. But it's, I mean, it works well. I mean, you can touch up the edge incredibly easy on just a strop or a fine ceramic rod. Okay, so it's such a fantastic knife, because um, it's very just there's so many times whenever I carry the one that I cross draw on my belt for EDC that I forget that it's there. I mean, it's such a fantastic knife, and I mean, it makes a lot of sense that it's such a bestseller for Essie because of its small size, you know. So this is just yeah, I can't say more about it. It's a fantastic knife, and it's just one of those knives that you it's almost like it's hard for you to leave the house without it, you know, because there's so many times where I wanted to bring a folder with me, but yet this was like it's almost like bringing my keys with me, and it's you know it's rare that I do not um, leave the house with this thing on me in some form or fashion, like in this neck knife carry, or as a cross draw on my belt. So this thing is just fantastic. I absolutely love this thing, and that's why I've bought it 3 times. You know, so and once again, this sheath is made by Doug Wilson at Yellow Hawk Custom Kydex. I highly recommend his work. His work is fantastic. So this Azula is a fantastic, just EDC knife, outdoor knife. Just yeah, all of the above. I highly recommend it. Okay, so we got one more knife for the evening. Is a Bark River Bravo 2. Okay, this thing is a tank. I mean, not literally, but dead gum. Quarter of an inch thick, right around there, and it's CPM 3V. So this thing is stout. It is incredibly strong for what it is. I mean, CPM 3V is very strong, a very strong steel. It holds a very good edge, and gosh, I absolutely love this knife. Um, it's such an amazing, like I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a one tool option. Okay, it's you know it's got the small edge to where you can really do some fine tasks and get some fine work done, even though this thing is so big. you know, I say so big, it's bigger than your normal knives. Because there's I think the Bravo 3 that actually has a finger choil. It's much longer than this, so it's not the longest that Brock River has in their lineup, but it you know it's pretty long. And this is the one that I absolutely just I wanted for so long, and I was just like, hey, I gotta have one. So, oh goodness, absolutely love this thing. It's a hunk of CPM 3V, as you can see. I think it's about a quarter of an inch thick. If it's not exactly that, it's close. Like I said, this is not an information video to take it to the bank. That's exactly what it is. That's not what this is for. This is just showing off all of the cutting tools that I enjoy the most. I mean, there are others that I really like, but this one is just crazy. Like this may even be my holy grail, knife. Okay, and I just had to show it, because it's one of those where, even though I'm very simple, I just get the black canvas micarta on all of my Bark Rivers because it's the cheapest, but it looks, I mean, it's fine with me. It looks the coolest in my opinion. It's function over form kind of thing. So, but this is definitely one of my favorites, if not my current favorite Bark River, because I have wanted it for so long, and yeah, I was finally able to get one. So yeah, I highly recommend Bark River as a as a knife company. I really do. Their warranty is fantastic, and the craftsmanship, the fit and finish, the warranty is absolutely incredible. And I cannot say more about them. It's a fantastic company. They make fantastic tools, fantastic knives, and like I said, their customer service and their warranty is fantastic, fantastic. So this is, like I said, this is a Bark River Bravo 2 in CPM 3V. Well, y'all, that pretty much wraps up my favorite cutting tools. And I just want to thank you for watching. God bless you, and have a pleasant day or night whenever you're watching this video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.